I want to say thank you to the class of 2016 for allowing me to join you on your day. And I just wanted to add to my bio, although some people might not think it's important, but I'm also an actress. Come on. Give it up. I mean, I've appeared on the House of Cards 3 times, The Good Wife, Being Mary Jane. But after all these years in politics, I'm probably best suited for the Game of Thrones. I've seen just about everything but dragons, but who knows? We could still see a few dragons before the end of this election season. I want to say a little bit about your president. And I've become really excited when I say Mr. President. We've had, after all, 7.5 years of calling the first Black occupant of the White House Mr. President. And I'm going to say this, although I know I'm in Brooklyn and I'm a superdelegate and I shouldn't say it. Chuck Schumer said I might get in trouble, but I'll go ahead and say it. We might, at the end of this season, say Madam President for the first time in United States history. But to President Rudolph Cruz, he's one of a kind. He's a genius, he's a scholar, but more importantly, he believes in education. He believes that every child deserves both a healthy start and a head start in life. That's why he is here as your president. He believes in giving young people a pipeline to success, our children. When he sees you, he sees the future, and he believes in you. He's a dynamic leader, and I have to tell you, since I'm still young enough to see talent when I can find it, well, guess what? I think we should put him on a short list of being Vice President of the United States, Mr. President. Donald Trump campaign manager said that he's not going to consider any minorities or women. I said yesterday on TV, he's making a big mistake, huge mistake. Rudy Cruz deserved to be on anybody's short list, and you can say Donna Brazile said that. Text that, tweet that. Congratulations, class. I'm a cougar woman today. Hey, you all know what I could do with that, right? And you sisters know how to handle it, right? To all of you today who are receiving your degrees today, I am so proud to see you and to have met so many of you over the past few hours. This school was named for a person whose story continues to inspire all of us, Medgar Evers. And it is important whom you take as your inspiration. Medgar Evers inspired me and those of my generation. He was a field secretary for the NAACP. He was courageous. He was determined to come back from World War II to his beloved Mississippi, the Magnolia State, and transform it into the oasis of freedom and justice and equality. Medgar Evers never got to see the dream that he put forward to the American people, but we are the living embodiment of his struggle and his sacrifice. Let us not forget the steely shoulders on which we stand upon. Medgar Evers College is going strong. Donald Trump University is closed. But Medgar Evers College is going strong. There's no more Trump University. You don't have to go there. You don't have to go there this fall. You can tell them that you went to Medgar Evers College. You don't have to go to Trump University. There's nothing you're going to learn there because it's closed. And you have the keys to keep it closed. If you vote, you can keep it closed. You can make sure that that language, that toxic language that says that there's a wall out there will never be built. You can make sure that nobody's ever banned from coming into this country because of their religion. You can make sure that as a woman you will never be punished. That university is closed and you can keep it closed. Nah, I got it out my system. It's closed. We're not opening up that university. We're not going to open up the doors of hate anymore. We're not going to let the toxicity that killed Medgar Evers come and destroy your lives. It's over. It's closed. Say that, ladies and gentlemen, and believe that. Believe it. It's closed. Now, here on a lighter note, we're here at the Barclays Center, the home of the New York Islanders and the Brooklyn Nets. Am I right? But I feel confident in saying that the graduates here today, the class of 2016, will be the most successful thing to come out of the Barclays Center. Am I right? You're graduating at an auspicious time before they shut down the L train. 2 years of repairs. You graduate, this is an important time. In this arena today, there's so much pride. There's so much hope. And yes, parents, there's a lot of celebration that's going to go on this Memorial Weekend. So let us recognize your family, your parents, your spouses, your siblings, your partners, your grandparents, your children, your friends, your loved ones, those who encouraged you, those who helped you make this a joyous day. Come on, graduates, let's give them a round of applause. And while you're at it, let's also salute your dynamic faculty, the staff, the administrators who did so much to make this day important as well. Now, this is your day. This is your moment. And I'm here to, I'm Catholic, so I'm going to have to say it just as well as I can. I'm not Baptist. The Baptists can start low, go slow, rise high, strike fire, and sit themselves down. I'm not Catholic. I'm not a Baptist. I'm a Catholic girl. I'm gonna take my time, but I'm not going to take up your time. After all, I'm on CNN. If I want to take up time, I can just go talk all day. But I got a few things to say. And whether you're 19 today or 22, 25, 26, or 56, this is what it looks like. Doesn't matter your age. This is your moment. It didn't matter what age I was when I left home when I was 21. But what mattered was that I heard the call. It was a woman by the name of Coretta Scott King, and she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I got a degree, but I don't know yet. I'm going to do something with my life." She said, "Well, I got something for you to do." And I'm like, "What?" She said, "Well, we've been trying to make my husband's birthday a national holiday for 15 years. We haven't gotten far." And I said, "Well, I got time. I'm broke, but I got time." They didn't promise to give me a penny, but I raised enough money to pay my rent. And what Mrs. King and so many thought would take years and decades took us 18 months because we were determined to make Dr. King's birthday a national holiday. There are men and women in this arena today, some who have known me since I was that 21-year-old kid determined to make a difference. Hazel Dukes from the NAACP, she's somewhere. She's an honorary doctorate. She's an alumni of this great college. She knows they gave me all kinds of assignments. I even had an opportunity to work for the first black woman ever elected to Congress, Shirley Chisholm from here, Brooklyn. And Miss Chisholm taught me that service is the rent that you pay for living on this planet. Service. So today I'm asking you to shape history. Our work is not done. From Medgar Evers to Barack Obama, yes, we've come a long way, my Lord. I am grateful to God that we have seen so much progress, but you know what? We're not there yet. Freedom, as Medgar Evers said, is never free. And every time we step into one door, somebody tries to shut down another door. But ladies and gentlemen, when you get into that door, keep the door open, find your seats at the table, and bring in some folding chairs and let others in the room with you. We have to shape the history going forward. Don't wait for somebody to tell you what door they're going to open for you. Well, guess what? Break it down. Stop waiting for the door to come open. Break it down. Just like I don't want Hillary to crack another glass in the ceiling, break it. Break the glass. Break it so that we as women never have to worry about a glass over our heads. And brothers, help us. Help us get equal pay so that we don't have to make less money than you, because when the rent is due, everybody got to chip in. Break it down and be shapers of history. Our journey is far from over. We have not reached the mountaintop. We have not fulfilled Dr. King's dream. I know some of you are saying, well, we got the black man. The hell, that ain't all we wanted to do. We got a black man on the Supreme Court. Huh? We got black men now running down basketball courts. We've had black college football athletes, quarterbacks. We got a couple of black billionaires, Oprah. Okay, I'm counting. We're not finished. The dream is ours to achieve. Too many of our fellow citizens, too many people that look like you and me are living on the outskirts of hope. And why am I still in the arena? Because I want to make sure that those who live on the outskirts can come inside. They can come into the circle of opportunity. That is what you are called to do, to open the door and to bring them from the outskirts back into the circle of opportunity. And why you? Because there's no one better. And why now? Because tomorrow is not soon enough. Don't tell me you don't have the skills or the talent. Medgar Evers College has prepared you for greatness. It has prepared you to succeed. It has prepared you to lead. It prepared you to break down doors and break down barriers. And yes, some of you, it's prepared you to get into the White House if you want to go there too. All that's holding you back now is your imagination. All that's holding you back is your imagination. I was a little kid, the third of 9 children: Cheryl, Sheila, Donna, Teddy, Chet, Lisa, Demetri, Kevin, Zilla. Did I tell you I was Catholic? My mom was a maid, my father was a janitor, but it wasn't their occupation that made me focus. It was the values that they instilled in their children, all 9 of us. Those values, ladies and gentlemen, you can have a billionaire, a millionaire, you can have whatever, but those values are timeless. Your parents, your grandparents, someone instilled those values in you. To respect the Lord with all your heart. And for those of you who don't believe in God, you better believe in something, because at some point when you fall down, somebody's going to lift you up and you're going to say, Lord, lift me up. I ain't judging you. I ain't judging you, baby. I just want you to believe in something, respect something bigger than yourselves. The second thing our parents taught us, of course, was love, 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 love. There was no hate in our household. No time to hate, no time to waste, but no time to look down upon anybody, to frown upon somebody. My mother said, you know what, you don't answer to the words and the negativity, you answer to what God has made you, and that you're good, and you're great, and you are loved. The value of believing in one another. My parents taught us to stick together, to believe in one another, to lift each other up, to give back, and also to pay it forward. That's why in every generation of my family, we look to make ourselves better. We look to help the next generation. Now you are the future that we've been waiting for. You're the future that Medgar Evers died for. You're the future that Frederick Douglass struggled for. You're the future that Rosa Parks sat down for. And don't you ever, ever give up your seat, because you've earned the right to sit at the table. My parents also told us to value education. My parents put 8 out of their 9 kids through college. Don't ask me how they did it, because you all know how they did it. Just like your folks, they worked. They worked 2, 3 jobs to make ends meet. They sacrificed. They didn't buy cars, and they didn't have expensive clothes and designer this, and God knows they didn't have cell phones like we have today. They had faith. They had faith in their little ones growing up to do God's will and to help make this a better place. So I challenge you to shape history, to go out there and change this world. Believe that you can do anything. And I'm not just telling you this as somebody who mouth off or talk on daytime cable, nighttime cable, or weekend Sunday shows. That's that's the end of the journey when you've run so many campaigns. I've worked on 7 presidentials, 56 congressional, that's why I know Chuck Schumer, 19 state and local campaigns, 49 state, one more state I'm going to become Miss USA without the bikini. And I'm proud of my record. Had the Supreme Court not decided to stop the count, I would have been proud of that one too, but that never stopped me from going into the White House after Hurricane Katrina, looking George Bush in the eye. He looked me right back. He looked me again. I looked him right back. I said, Mr. President, we have to rebuild my hometown of New Orleans. Yes. I said, absolutely. Face to face. He said, what do we have to do? I said, we got to rebuild the levees. He said, oh, yes, the levees. I said, Mr. President, we got to get people back home. He said, oh, yes, houses, homes. And I said, Mr. President, we got to rebuild the schools, school. What I didn't know at the time, ladies and gentlemen, is that while he was making these, he was drawing it in his mind because he's an artist. I had no idea. And at the time, I did laugh, too. I said, oh, my God, but you know what? 3 years, I worked with the President of the United States, who happened to be the president I did not vote for and did not believe won the race. But we worked together, and guess what? Go home now. Louisiana is thriving, Mississippi is thriving, Alabama is thriving because we worked together to rebuild our home state, and Xavier and Dillard and Southern and Tulane and all our schools are back open. And the hospital where I was born, Charity Hospital, yeah, that's where the poor kids are born. That hospital is back as a level 1 hospital now. It has the best trauma center in the South. I am proud that I could sit and work with a George Bush. And so my message is, go out there and do God's will. Go out there and serve others. Even if you have to work with somebody you don't even, you know what, support. Go and do your job. And finish the work of Medgar Evers and Dr. Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and Dorothy Height and so many others. Finish the work of Dr. Betty Shabazz, of Maya Angelou. If you're an artist, finish the work of Tupac. If you are a writer, finish the work of Maya Angelou. If you're a doctor, finish the work of Carter G. Woodson. If you're an educator, go out there and finish the work of Booker T. Washington. Whatever you decide to do in your life, finish the job that you were put here to do. That's your assignment, that's your calling, and that is your task. So let me close, because you know I can talk. And y'all know I'm a cougar woman now, y'all. Y'all don't understand. All my life I was a tiger because I went to LSU, but I'm a cougar woman. I've been waiting for this distinction. And now when they tell me you're not on Fox News, I can say I'm a cougar woman. Can't go on Fox because I'm a cougar woman. There needs to be a cable channel for all us sisters who are cougar women. Yeah, men, in order to watch, it's going to be paid for TV because we're going to give out tips. Tips. But I want to say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I say this to you as I finish up my own semester of teaching. I've been teaching for 23 years. I'm so proud to be a teacher. Hey, baby, I'm always on call. Don't you start that because you can't finish it. And you know I'm cougar, baby. You know, I might be in Brooklyn, but let me tell you, I can bring New Orleans to the house. They did not make Tabasco in Texas. They made it in Louisiana for a purpose, because only those of us from Louisiana can carry this heat. Don't start it. Don't start it, baby, because the diploma, baby, because you know I can come right before you now. And I got nothing but love. I got joy, too. You know I got this. I got this. But I love you already. Indeed, I do. Because you are the hope of the world. Yes, you are the hope of the world. You've done the hard work. And today is your day of celebration. And after an end of a long, long journey, a journey that now brings you to this stage, your next day begins with being an alumni of this great school and to find ways to give back and to pay it forward. Our community, our country depends on you. We need you. We need you in the spirit of Medgar Evers, and the spirit of Martin Luther King, and the spirit of Barack Obama, and I could easily mention the spirit of Harriet Tubman. In just a few years, we'll all be having some Tubmans. And go back and read that history. And look at those who spoke up when they said, well, you know what, she doesn't look like she needs to be on a $10 bill. I spoke up and I said, you're right, she should be on a $20 bill. Mary McLeod Bethune, Dave Dinkins, Percy Sutton. You got some remarkable people here from New York, people that you can emulate, people that you can inspire to be. For these and so many others of all races, all backgrounds, they have been our pioneers, they've been our trailblazers, they've been our leaders, our role models. But today, you're it. You're going to be the role model now for your family and your community. And take what you have learned from Medgar Evers College. Take it back home. Take it back in the church. Take it back in the community. Take it all over this great land. And tell the world your story. Tell the world who you are and where you intend to make a difference. This is your day. This is your moment to shine. Bask in this wonderful light that is now upon you. But tomorrow, get up and do something. Be great. Be the leaders that God has intended for you to become. Take this education and knowledge, break down walls, break that glass ceiling, but most of all, shape history and make sure that you include yourself in it. So God bless you. God bless this class. God bless you for wanting to make a difference, and most of all, God bless you for getting up this morning, putting on that robe, getting ready to walk this stage. Look up. God, here they come. A future that will shape history. Thank you, and God bless the class of 2016. Thank you. Thank you.
Medgar Evers College of the City University of New York, in recognition of your inspired dedication and commitment to the service of human needs, is privileged to award Donna L. Brazil the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. With all the accompanying rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereunto pertaining, on this day, the 27th of May, 2016.
Go Cougar! Go Cougar! Go Cougar!
Ms. Brazil, by the authority vested in me by the trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby award the Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters, honoris causa, to Donna Brazil, with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto. It is our pleasure to provide this for you. Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I would now like to present Dr. Donna Brazil.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm a Cougar. I told the president last fall, I went home to Louisiana. I rented a car and I decided to go to Jackson, Mississippi. And I went to the home of Meg Evers. I went to just pay tribute to his sacrifice. And here I am today. There's divine order in all our lives. There's a purpose and a season, as Scripture tells us, for every day and everything under the sun. We don't know where God will place us today or tomorrow or next week or the week after, but God is always on time. So praise God and thank you, Meg Evers.